What is up, my bitches? Is the audio low? I don't know. Well, let's just go in and I'll check the levels.
They were too fast. Or maybe I was too slow.
Stop that.
Yeah, I think it is low.
Relax.
Maybe it's because of how I
That's all
changed
that
things
matters.
from when I tried. Okay. That's probably better. Alright, let's fucking go.
If they ain't clawing at the gates or climbing up the cliffs near the lift. The lads are doing what they can to keep him out, but unlike the account.
Oh, did I already talk to Martha? I can't remember. I guess I did. I can't remember what she asked me to do. All I know is that I need to help everyone because of the Akashic stuff happening.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Them not.
Not here.
Not a chance.
I have to go quite a bit down this thing before I can
Run like
flop onto the bird. So much invisible walls. Just get on the bridge now. I hate invisible walls. Oh, I did not have to go far. Hello, people. Party people. People getting stabbed or shit or injured in some way or shape.
Wounded.
Monster, Akashic monsters.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Bark, bark. It's a porco. What the fuck is everything? Wait, what the fuck is happening to my system? Huh? My monitor's just turned off for some reason. Well, at least nothing hit me, so we're fine. The ability's strong, but goddamn does it take a long time to start. Oh, maybe Mega Flaring wasn't a good idea here. Okay, I was able to do it. Get breathed on, bitches! And there we go, just burn them. Why is my monitor off?
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men. But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting
Yeah, my
party
other
to find
monitor's
out where
still
the
off.
Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
Something weird is happening. Hold up. Please say I can still stream. I don't know what these technical issues are. But they're endless. But doing that at least turned my monitors on. It's my KVM
And to
that's...
think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell, the Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
I can't take much more of this.
Okay.
My brothers.
Don't try.
Is it all the way down here?
Mad dogs. The lot of them.
As I just chill here with my buddy. That's right, my fucking buddy. Give him a treat. That's how you know it's a good boy, when you give him a treat.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
So Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
He said duty. Alright, bad breath, baby! Oh shit. Yeah, let's stop that. Oh, he almost hit me. I've never done more than a level 2. Let's see what that does. Yes, be like mega distracted for this to work, but level 3 mega flare. Oh yeah, he's getting fucked up. That fish is strong, but goddamn is it slow. Ow! Alright, I'll do a quick mega flare. Get this level 1. Almost dead. He's like... There we go. Enemy slain. Slayer. Double kill. Kill-tastic. I don't know. Just fucking Halo voices at this point.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and
Oh,
I will
yeah.
make for Eastpool.
Finish that
We'll
blowjob.
need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow.
I always
Good
finish
luck.
the job. I'm kind of nervous as to what's going to happen to her. Because I've seen the writing on the wall that I'm
Mad dog.
absorbing all the dominance. And there's only 2 dominants I know of, and I feel like the next summon I'm going to absorb is fucking Jill's. And I'm not mentally ready for that. I mean, who knows? I might not ever absorb Shiva. But, hey. That's just a theory.
Ready,
A
Kel?
game. Okay. I'm not gonna do that. Wow! So good that I got my chicken out for that. Didn't even make it across the fucking bridge.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Yeah! Yeah, this is me after Taco Bell, bitches! Alright, let's overkill some motherfuckers. Oh, not the chocobos! Not the burbs! Yeah, this is fair. Okay.
Something's coming.
Oh. That was an notorious hunt for
Apologies, my
target.
lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round
Just
away.
the action.
Shall we?
Wow, that was a big hit, actually. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, get down again! Get bolted, bitch! Bitch!
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Motherfucking quest complete. Alright. A friendship or trust. Oh. Displayed in Clive's chambers. Got treasured the fucking scarf, I guess.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Oh, he is gonna get his face thrown to the mud. Oh, wait, that's the last of that? That was actually kind of a short quest. Like, surprisingly. Pop, 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 go. Da, 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 do. Damn, these are some long-ass loading screens. Damn, this guy's seen better days. How's this guy?
Sid. Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
Oh yeah, don't you dare.
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago. Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Yes, good old politics. We love politics here.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Yeah. Follow away. Hello.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
I have a doggo who wants attention.
Victor,
Do you want attention? I love you, baby.
what's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that was one shine. Look at the... I guess the sky is kind of colored that way.
So, you see my predicament? What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
We fucking murder him.
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action.
That is barely a
Victor,
plan.
Pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
Your plan is to make them hold hands and sing Kumbaya?
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful.
Oh yeah, the my notoriety precedes me.
Most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Aha.
Picture it, Conrad. Here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad.
Spear.
May I introduce you to Jane?
Oh, okay, this is the
Commander of
farce.
the Red Wings. The oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
And he believes that.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Are you saying I'm not charismatic? Huh?
Let us band together and show these.
What's wrong with
that
me?
Dalamil is not to be trifled with.
Is Clive's soothing voice not good enough for you?
My shop. Why would anyone?
If I had my pickaxe, I would have.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
All you've done is just gaslight people. I mean...
Oh, I'm ruined.
Alright, what's Victor got to say?
Good news, Sid.
Good
Both
news!
Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Okay. So we just fight the motherfuckers? That all this gaslighting coming down to I just gotta kill some motherfuckers?
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
Stay down!
They mean to overwhelm us.
Oh, who the fuck? Alright, which one of you is the spellcaster? Huh? Oh, it's a fucking... The Sultan? Oh, it's one of these motherfuckers! Oh, I hate these things! Stay still, stay still, stay still! Oh, this is why I hate these things. I can never predict what it's doing. There's probably some sort of trick to them, but I don't know it. Like, I can't seem to block or dodge its attacks ever. There we go. At least it's not as bad as the Notorious Spark version of it. That guy was a bitch. Waffle up. Level clear. You win.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology.
Now
You
kiss.
did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Alamil.
Now kiss.
We all saved Alamil.
Every time I see two people talking, I'm always like,
Conrad
yes.
seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that visitors from the desert.
How about all
won't
four
be
of us start
joining
kissing each
either.
other?
Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Hells yeah.
Calm down, Victor. Why
Unity over
quibble
murder
the
is the best
details?
kind of unity, let's
We
be
are
honest.
united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll
Well.
take that as a compliment.
Down the rabbit hole.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Oh, we're done. I love done. Done.
was wondering when you turn up. Had ours from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for Mother Crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Yep. Everything's
Clive,
shit.
We knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Oh, we can actually talk to him now? Joshua!
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate.
That was 18 fucking years ago?
Who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are
I have
crucial
a
to
napping
his
dogger
designs.
next to me.
He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different.
I'm
You're
special!
Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit, but they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find the means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
So that's why he's been so sickly.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Oh, there's a side quest here? Hold up. Side quest!
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Party makeup has changed because we got Joshua. Joshua. I should ooh that voice.
It seems the hideaway's lost its...
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favorites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
Alright.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Okay. So, your quest involves me walking 50 feet away to open a door and talk to a dude.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid,
I see.
Perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Mm-hmm. Go away. Alright, old man. I'm here to shake a stick and ask information.
Horseman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent
Delicious brain.
Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and...
1 second. I have to take a call. 1 second.
Drakesmith.
Alright. There we go.
The fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Like how we're doing all this just to, like, eat something, even though we don't technically need to. Alright. Atrium and Clive's chambers both have
There's a
quests.
storm coming, Sid. Will there be thunder?
Oh, there'll be thunder. I'm bringing the thunder, baby.
It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye, all their fancy silk stained red.
What this?
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be in Martha's Rest?
Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out. I full on TLDR'd that, but I guess I'll find out once I get over there. Wow! Oh, it's Goots!
What am I gonna do?
Is everything alright, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's alright. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
okay, for some reason, I had a little issue with my air fryer, but
don't worry.
It's back on.
I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive.
Thanks, Clive.
You know what she says, won't you?
Of course.
Goose looks like
Sure,
a
it's all
thumb.
just a misunderstanding.
He's the living embodiment of a thumb.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until
What do you reckon we should do?
That's the kid. Oh, there's the scale.
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that?
It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not.
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss showed us.
That's what I should say. We didn't kill him, I just dismembered him.
Creations.
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
A ninja-neer?
The best way I see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
Everything goes to the bottom.
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Okay. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Everything here was once part of Miss Midadol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
It holds it like an arm.
It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
You're off topic.
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking.
I feel like this is... The pan.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, idiot. They're for weighing stuff.
Bangers and mash.
What if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Midadol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Nom nom.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult.
I like how this quest is just one big cutscene.
Now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Midadol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so
Heirs?
we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do
Airs?
you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Midadol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look. We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Yeah, what part of the scale actually needs a cogwheel? Oh, good old quick travel. Baby, what?
There's a storm coming, Sid. Will there...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
You've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Quest complete. There is so much talking to be done.
It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
Lady Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto?
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen.
Uh-huh.
apologize.
Don't get
It was
Karen
wrong of me
angry.
to doubt you.
No, it was. No. I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
Now tell the Goots the good news.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
All right. Now I have to do the main quest before I can even follow up all those side quests. Gotta love it. Beautiful desert. Cloak and dagger.
It's like a dream, the four of us.
Oh wait, I have quests down here? I guess so.
Walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canva was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Okay.
We can use the ruins.
So this is just a new area I've not been to? Oh yeah, I guess there's sections of this area that were blocked off.
Just across the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the Echoes have a will of their own.
Well, they don't have to know shit. We're just buzzing by. No time to dilly-dally. Come on, up, cheerio.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade.
I've been
Much
watching
like
Doctor
Clive,
Who lately,
but
so
better
for some reason a bunch of English phrases might be like a little stuck in my mind.
You deserve a rest.
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh,
Let's go.
no need to say if you'd rather not.
I don't know why I even bothered getting out to talk to him, as if there's something important.
Thanks, girl.
You good? You okay? You good, mate? Walk it off.
What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead.
swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
Alright, I got a couple minutes left on my food. Ah!
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track. They must not reach Tabor. Forgive me, Lord Cougar.
Rest well, soldier.
So basically just a bunch of bullshit. Alright. Let's see how much this Aether Flood even affects this thing.
Let's hope the Akashic is still there.
Another
this
Aether
area?
Flood. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I guess it is.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Right. I got here in time.
Get bolted, bitches! Yeah, I'm cooking this chicken.
Farewell.
Farewell. I think my food should be ready now. Let me see if I can start a cutscene of some sort before checking it.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic.
Where the fuck are you? North? Hello? Can you speak so I can follow your voice? Where the fuck did that voice go? Hello? I just hide so I can't find you.
You're with the battalion.
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it.
Alright, dinner's here. Ah, I should be asked a seat for the rest
You
of the
seem
stream.
familiar. Have we met?
You must have me confused with someone else.
That scar.
Don't do anything.
Oh, you're Sid. I was there in Cosnis when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Back to the stables, girl. Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
And is your attendant actually here? Yep. Like a fucking ninja.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yotei. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them? Yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
So, Odin. Got it.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the council, you
Well.
must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
Hi, Barnabas.
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic. He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here,
somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness
the
to
girl?
which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Some sort of prophecy on the tapestry? It's barely a tapestry. There's like half of one.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you, I...
You have my word.
Yes! I mean, I know that was a friendly kiss, but... That's the first time I said now kiss, and it actually followed up by some sort of kiss, so I'm happy.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her. which is why I had to let her go.
Nah. You know this person?
Cyril. How fares the search?
Tell Cyril not to approach menacingly next time.
My report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not
Who
nearly
knows?
enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem.
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token.
Phoenix down.
For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
Bark, bark.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
You keep sniffing my plate where the chicken bones are. You can't have chicken bones. I'm sorry, baby.
It's a canva then.
He's like, I want chicken bones.
We'll talk about this
still
later.
meat.
Cyril seemed very...
I should probably toss them. 1 second. Ah. Actually, I'm going to fill my water and take my dog out. I'll be right back. blah 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 blah. Alright.
You certainly keep strange
Someone like
bedfellows, Joshua.
next to me. The fuck is that? It's around the corner?
Feel like a flesh.
Where the fuck is that?
100 skins today.
Safe focus, Willie. One stick that's scraping 100 hard work will be.
Where is that? Alright, follow the edge.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is...
Oh, there's an upstairs. Okay.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches will...
You! Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Climb the stairs and...
And memorize a few inscriptions for me. Assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise. 1 each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Okay. Sounds like a bunch of bullshit, but whatever. Memorize the Southern Stone's inscription. I hope they don't mean to actually memorize.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches will bring down the price.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is... Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Korava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast... Now, that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might...
Just say you want me to kill a beast. That's all you need. This is a long-ass conversation.
Share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool who lets opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through
Slip
the
his
east gate,
grasp.
but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Carava. I eagerly await your safe and, above all, triumphant return.
Alright, skin trade. I'll trade you my skin. Delicious skin. Okay. It would be nice if they told me where these fucking stones were instead of said it's somewhere.
Beneath the flood, yes.
Which way is it? This way? Fuck is it?
Why won't the sky go back to how it was?
Oh, here it is.
I don't...
Guardian of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's love.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
Okay, that's the southern one. Now we need a northern and eastern one.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to down.
Don't mind me, just looting your shit.
Scratch on them. Have you
Oh, are
noticed
they're all in these Zeba things? If so, that's gonna make my life a whole lot easier. Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past and make these rocks a home.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Mummy needs a pottage from it.
Sounds
You need a pottage?
Perhaps you'll invite me round to try it next time.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land. Reaper promised blessing, a giver praise, a gracious hand.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, would that I could have seen for myself. Oh, come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we?
The one about the mother
What did it
crystal?
say?
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Children
I can't remember
of the
this one.
hunters, now tillers of the land. Reap her promised blessing, and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings. One
Was that
for
correct?
each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
All right. Should I take care of the quests over here? Let me take care of the side quests that are not so far out.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with.
We have a hard time putting this place.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
Are the bad men going to come
Oh
back?
wait, I'm here to find
Gentlemen
goods.
of town
Is it too late to turn back? Yeah, Goots sticks out like a thumb.
Know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Delamil?
Here most days,
Where
that's...
exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
No.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in 2 places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
That is an awkward travel back. All right.
You fought very bravely.
The city doesn't have that many entrances and exits, which is probably good for safety, but not good for people who just want to come in and out.
Come on.
Faster.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
So there is no person calling themselves Karen. Alright.
Leave now and we could pretend this didn't happen.
Man, this is a good crowd control. Ah, fresh meat. Is that it? Just one dude? Gotta be more than that. Oh, the other guy just died. Probably because of the Mega Flare, but... Let it rain, let it rain! Yeah! Whoop, whoop! You made it rain!
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goots.
Yeah, because sparing people
Right
is such an act of cowardice. I never understand why when someone shows kindness, they're called a coward. Fucking coward, you killed all my men!
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Lord!
Goot, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime. And I will not allow it to continue.
Your face is a crime?
Goots,
oh, got him!
I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
No.
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense. but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goose, you... If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
And there's no going through Goots. Goots is a fucking unit.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can
I wonder how much he weighs in thumbs.
So, wet legs.
He's
You
worth his weight
remember
in
what you told
thumbs.
me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect.
Hmm? Wait, is he the reason Karen
Sorry to
lost
keep
the
you
eye?
waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too.
Yeah, I noticed if your arms are gone.
What if
Your
he
arms are
comes
like the
back
size of a
again?
person.
What if he does? Best we take the other eye.
Your arm
and
weighs as
work
much
our
as
way
me, boy.
down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Yeah, Karen is kind of scary, let's be honest.
Ready, girl? Run like the wind.
I like how it's telling me to travel to Karen, even though I've got shit to do.
We're not alone.
All right. Teammate. But it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
Shit. Burn him! Get burned! Die, heathen! Get punched! Alright, I got the skin. Alright, and there seems to be a side quest over here. Well, at least get us done with this area. Oh, this is to turn in this quest.
As requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek. Yes, as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly,
like the ass of a
trust in
maiden.
you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
Mm-hmm. Skin trade. I'll trade you my skin for yours. Ooh woo.
No use calling Ambrosia now. Not here.
The free city's under siege.
Ambrosia won't help me here.
There we go.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
Actually, now that I think about it, if Drake's Fang fell 18 years ago, Ambrosia is more than 18 years old. What's the life expectancy of a chocobo?
Orcs. Then let us be rid of them.
Or we could just keep going. Just a thought. I don't need to grind that much. Hello, orcs.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
The free men are still holding their own then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
I think there's trouble, so. Alright, side quests! I love side quests!
going to do this. We'll need...
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
Alright, who do I gotta fuck?
What talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Oh, I know how to wield my sword.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges, which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price, no less.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere. You'll help, won't you?
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night.
Day and night.
Get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chairdress Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right.
Oh.
Wish me luck.
Don't worry, I'm
sure you won't need
adequate at the exploring the cleft. Got there. I need it. I'm kind of tired. I kind of want to eeps. How long have I been... Does it not tell me how much playtime I have? That shows me what time it is now when I've saved. When... I'm so curious. It says I've been playing 37 hours, but I don't know how long this is for this versus just menu stuff, but alright. On that case, let me see who is actually on. Ba ba da da da. I don't have that many people I'm following on, so I'll just drop in on Palm and then be off. So I'll see you fuckers later. And I'll have you see you later. I'll have D&D tomorrow and a very special stream on Tuesday. So I'll see you then. Mwah.